Hi, I'm Leiann King, and I'd like to welcome you once again to the Aroma Share Club. It is October 2014, and we are making roasted pineapple. Now, this is a very yummy dessert that you can make, and I personally like it as a meal even, because I am just like a pineapple crazy woman. And so what I've done is I've taken a fresh pineapple. You can buy these actually in little cartons in your produce department, pre-peeled and pre-sliced for you if you need to do this in a pinch. I did buy a full pineapple and cut it and peel it myself, but that would be a really fun, quick, easy way, especially for maybe your Aroma Share Club meetings. So I have this dish and I buttered it so that nothing sticks. I have my oven preheated for 350. And what I've done is I want to talk a little bit about ginger. I was thinking maybe I would do this is I would show you the actual plant that some of these oils come from on these videos. So the first one that we're going to do is ginger. Now ginger is what it comes from what is called a rhizome. Now I always thought a rhizome was just a fancy name for root, but actually it's not. What a rhizome is you have the stalk of the plant and it starts to grow down under the earth. This is actually considered an extension of the stem. And then from off of this rhizome, little roots grow off of this, and they are the actual true roots. And so there's just a certain classified of plants that have what's called a rhizome. A lot of your bulbs, like your iris flowers, those have rhizomes. Not your tulips, they have the actual bulb, but your irises, they have rhizomes. And so this is a piece of ginger, and I would like to challenge all of you guys. You know, I have optional to grate fresh ginger and put on here. Go to your store and buy some real fresh ginger. Taste it. Now, how we make the essential oil from ginger root is this is ground up, chopped up, and it is steam distilled to get the essential oils out of here. So I've already grated some up in here in my little container, and I just am a ginger crazy person. I made something the other day. Oh, I made cold squash soup, and I actually made it pretty warm. You can make really fresh soups. I made it out of our neighbor had a leftover piece of banana squash from his garden, and he gave it to me. And I cut up in chunks, put it in the blender, the Vitamix, put some raw milk in there, and I put a chunk of garlic and a chunk of ginger, and it was way yummy. So let's make this recipe. So we got our pineapple on our buttered dish. We have our oven preheated, and I have a half a cup of raw honey in here, and this is real raw honey. And how I know that for a fact is because this was pretty hard a while ago, and I had to boil some water and I put it in a bowl. Then I sat this in the boiling water to get this to melt so that we could actually spread it on our pineapple. Now this is another one of our recipes that we are going to do a touch because clove and cinnamon and ginger oils are very strong oils, and if you put a whole drop in this recipe, it might be too strong for you. I would probably still like it, but you may not. So this is how you do a touch. You do a touch by taking your toothpick, putting it in here, and you just go in and out of the orifice, just in and out, just that fast. Sometimes you can tip it a little bit to get more on there. And then, let me put this lid on here. And then you take it and you stir it in your honey. And so we put one oil in, we put in our clove, and now I'm going to put in my cinnamon, set that down, put the lid back on, and I'm going to stir this one in. Now, of course, you're going to have to get a new fresh toothpick if you decide this isn't strong enough for you. And so we did cloves, cinnamon, and ginger. And then we are going to make sure I get the right end. Otherwise we won't have any in there. And so we stir that up. And I'm going to stir this up pretty good. And because we are going to put just part of this on there and baste it, if I think that after this marinates in here, because we're going to bake this for 25 minutes, and every 5 minutes we're going to take a little baster and we're going to re-baste that on. And so I'm probably only going to put half of this on there, the first half of the baking. So if I taste the honey after the first 10 minutes, let's say I've checked it twice, and I taste this and the essential oils now have had a chance to marry in with the honey, and I feel like I want some more cinnamon, let's say, or whatever, then I can put that in there. So what I'm going to do is just drizzle this on top of each of these pieces of pineapple. And it will melt and it will spread and it'll drip over the edge and almost like a caramel effect on your pineapple. And I wished I had made one ahead of time for you so you could see it all done. But it gets a golden brown and the honey caramelizes on top of this. And like I said, the trick is, if you want it really, really yummy, is to keep rebasting it over and over again. Then after your 25 minutes is done, then you can take some homemade banana ice cream that we taught you how to make last month, or just go get some really good organic ice cream at the store and serve this with a scoop of ice cream while it's still warm. Those of you who like to do no-bake versions of your different desserts and things like that, you can actually put this in your dehydrator. Your Excalibur is the one I prefer, Excalibur dehydrator, and you can put these slices in there. That will take you about 8 hours, but I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that it is worth the 8-hour wait. But sometimes we don't have 8 hours, and so we can do it this way. And so I'm going to put this in there, and I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes because I want to, let's see, I'm not doing something right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit in there for 5 minutes and bake, and then after 5 minutes, I will take my basting brush, scrape up some of the honey that's dripped over the side, put it back on. I'm going to taste this honey mixture, and if I feel like I want to add some more cinnamon or something like that. Oh, you know what I forgot? My favorite ingredient. Good thing this isn't hot yet. I almost forgot the most important thing, at least to me it is, and that is my fresh grated ginger. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit on top of each one of these, and it just adds a little bit of a bite. And it mixes in with that honey, and it's really yummy. And this one looks like I just cheated it on the honey. I'm going to put some more on this one. There we go. That's better. Alright, so now I'm going to put it back in the oven. So this is something you guys can do when you have your friends over for your AromaShare Club or your next longevity event. Try making the roasted pineapple for dessert. You and all your friends will absolutely love it. I want to thank you so much for coming again to another AromaShare Club. Don't forget to check every 5 minutes and baste your pineapple, and I hope you have a very aromatic day.